Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to another brand new day. A brand new day wherein my glasses are filthy. Oh my god, they're just disgusting. I can barely see through them. And I just thought I'd let you know. Also, of course, just before starting to record, I tried to inhale a huge amount of saliva and spent a fair amount of time trying to cough my lungs out with tears pouring out of my eyes, so my throat's still a bit sore and such like that. It's fun being organic and all that. Joy. It is a bit later. It is 7:14 a.m. and I usually start at about 7 a.m. But I'm just I'm having trouble with motivation today. I'm on a subtherapeutic dosage for my ADHD med. Now, 20 milligrams is a therapeutic dose, probably a small dose, but it works for me. I am taking 2 20 milligram tablets twice a day, but I break them up. So I take, because they have to last. Let me start from the beginning, and my sincere apologies. Ritalin / methylphenidate hydrochloride lasts about anywhere from 4 to 6 hours in your body, and as you get older, it tends to last a little longer, so right around 6 hours for me. Under normal circumstances, I like to take 50 milligrams. I take 10 milligrams at 5:30, 10 milligrams at 6:30, and then around 12, I take another 10 milligrams. Around 3, I take another 10 milligrams. Around 5-ish, I take a last 10 milligrams. And then that keeps me going until I start to get tired and go to bed. That way I don't feel a tapering off and leaching of my ability to think and concentrate and remember stuff. That happens when I'm getting tired, ready to go to bed. Like, when you get tired, you're normally finding it hard to concentrate, remember, and think and concentrate. So that makes sense. Now remember, this stuff only lasts 6 hours. So if I take 20 in the morning and then 20 at noon, at 6 o'clock, it's worn off. So, right now, I'm taking 10 in the morning, 6 o'clock-ish, 10 at 10 o'clock, 10 at 2 o'clock, and then 10 around 5-ish. Because I don't need to have great concentration before going to bed. You do the bulk of your concentrating in the morning time. And the morning is just defined as after you get up. If you work graveyard shift and you get up at, say, 10 o'clock at night, the bulk of your morning is from like 11 o'clock until 5 in the morning. That's your morning. So that's all I'm saying. The first part of your morning is when you have the greatest concentration. The middle part of your day, the afternoon, you don't need as much. And at night, you do not need to be at, I'm ready to start taking notes now, Professor, levels of concentration at 9 o'clock at night. So I take just that last 10 milligrams. Because 20 milligrams lets me focus and concentrate and remember and think. And it slows down the day to a normal time. A day takes a day to pass. Again, because I have to make this stuff last until I go to bed, I'm taking it, 12, 10 to 6-ish. So I'm slowing the day down to like 1.5 speed. Because without meds, my days run at 2 times speed. So my day is slowed down to like 1.5, and I can't really concentrate, and I feel kind of numb. And I only have enough meds to last till Wednesday. Hopefully, Thursday or Friday, it will show. That emotional component, for me, makes it very, very difficult right now. Because once again, I've mentioned with addiction, you need a mental component. That's why people have issues with stuff like opiates, because opiates have a mental component. You feel good when you take opiates. That's really, really tough up here. But you have that mental component. There's all sorts of medications and such that add that mental component, which adds to addiction. And then remember, there's a difference between physical dependency and addiction, because physical dependency just means your body needs it. We are physically dependent on food. We are physically dependent on water. You've just added another thing that you are physically dependent on so that you can function normally. We are physically dependent on air. We are physically dependent on sunshine. There is nothing wrong with being physically dependent on something. Being addicted is the mental component. I don't have a true mental component, but I have this huge emotional component. Oh boy, because coming off 20 milligrams straight is so painful. I will not do it again. I will not do it again. It happened the very first time, and just losing, it felt like I was having part of my soul torn out. So no, that's why I taper coming off this stuff. But I didn't just want to talk about that, even though a subtherapeutic dose, as I'm on, as I mentioned yesterday, it just leaves me feeling kind of numb. It slows my day down. I can't concentrate or focus. I do what I can, but it's barely more than non-medicated, and as stated, I just end up feeling a lot of numb. And yesterday I fell asleep again for a while. Not long. I kept breathing, so it didn't mess me up for the whole day, and that's a good thing. Ugh. As although I have found out how the ADHD meds, excuse me, coughing your lungs out by accidentally inhaling saliva into your lungs does bad things to your voice box. I have mentioned how I use cannabis for pain. I was on like 28 different not pain meds, but 28 different prescription medications for all of my different issues, and on 45 milligrams of methadone for pain. I've replaced every single one of them with cannabis. Cannabis works to kill my pain, and largely that's all I get out of it. Every once in a while, I might feel a little stratospheric. There have been times when I have been out walking, I smoked 2 pre-rolls, and I was out there. And that's a nice feeling. It's good, but it's so rare. When I go out walkies, I've talked about taking dabs before. A dab is just like a BB-sized blob of cannabis concentrate. And that can be anywhere from 40 to 90% straight THC that you would be inhaling. Depending on the quality, also depends on how well it works. Normally, a plant is anywhere from 18 to 21% THC. So if you take an oil dab, which I have an oil rig, which is just like a water pipe, except it's for concentrate. It has a little a little crystal bucket. You heat up the bucket with a torch, you put the concentrate into the bucket, it vaporizes. You're inhaling through the stem, it sucks the vapors down into the water, cools it up through the stem into your lungs. As stated, I rarely feel anything more than pain control. I can take 5 or 6 of these concentrate oil dabs, smoke a pre-roll or 2, go out walkies, and I just have some pain control. And other people, well, my housemate, he was out of stuff, and I gave him a pre-roll. That one pre-roll, it kind of took him out. It got him stratospheric. Yeah, I smoke a couple of those. I feel nothing except pain control. So that makes me wonder, since if you use a medication as a tool and it is of proper use for your body, you don't feel a lot of the extra stuff that's with it. Like for me, with the Ritalin/methylphenidate hydrochloride, I don't have any of the side effects of Ritalin. It's like increased blood pressure, increased pulse, fever, sweating, you feel ramped up. I don't ramp up, I calm down on it. It does the exact opposite. So it makes me wonder, does my ADHD affect that? Does something else affect that, so that I'm only getting the pain control from the they're not endocannabinoids. Your system makes THC, endocannabinoids. And it's just that we have a plant, the cannabis plant, that mimics our body's substances. So on those days when I feel nothing but pain control, it's just doing what it's supposed to do, I guess. Thumbs up for that. Also, as a really weird aside, I had seen ages ago how they were doing skins for like consoles and such, that you could skin a console or controllers. I did not realize just how heavy duty these wraps are, because I saw people in videos doing wraps for like toilets, which is a wrap is just, of course, just a skin. It's like a vinyl skin that you press and stretch and put out over like a toilet. And then I was amazed that they do that with cars. I thought they had to paint cars only. You can only paint it. But no, there's people that they get these wraps put on their cars. It's just a vinyl wrap stretched out and put on their car. They skinned their car. Put a skin on it. It's like, I didn't know they did that. It's kind of cool-ish. I mean, talk about disposable income. I mean, if you care enough about your vehicle that you're gonna put a skin on it like that, I mean, you got money to burn, I guess. I mean, my views on money and material possessions have changed through the years. Oh, excuse me, now I'm burping up soda that I had. Oh, either that or I swallowed air while I was coughing so hard, which could be. Like I said, my views on money and capitalism and disposable income has changed a lot. I mean, if you have less than $1 million, I am not happy, but it's not that bad. You're not one of the higher level 1% types. You've made it up a little bit higher above the rest of us. I mean, I am on an extremely limited income, and I'll talk about that another day. But if you have enough money that you can still accumulate stuff and have things, I'm going to begrudge you for it, but I'm still going to, that's acceptable. It's when you've got $1 million and more that gets harder and harder to justify. Because in a lot of cases, these are people that they come in, sit at a desk, and the people that are doing the hard work get paid peanuts, and then sitting in a desk, you get paid a whole lot of money. And we've seen during this pandemic, if the people that sit at the desks aren't there, well, work goes on. But if the people that are boots on the ground doing the stuff aren't there, things grind to a halt. So who should be making the money and who shouldn't? So I'm unhappy about that. And especially the 1%. The 1% are dragons, hoarding their wealth far beyond any amount that they could ever use. After all, Jeff Bezos could use like half of his total wealth and could solve world hunger and could solve world homelessness and still have half of his wealth. This is wealth that is just sitting there. A lot of it is just on paper. It's stock, yes. But it's still just sitting there doing nothing for anybody. These are people that could spend $1 billion a day and at the end of their lives would still have more money than they started with. These are dragons, and dragons are the enslavers and the destroyers of humanity. What do we do to dragons? We kill dragons. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment, or however many people actually did, since it's kind of rare these days to hit even 25. Thumbs up for that. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm sometimes like I can remember what my own name is. It's getting better. My ADHD meds are like the difference between night and day, but I still on subtherapeutic doses. We have Rocket Out Night, thumbs up and thank you. Isaac Canteen, greatly appreciated. Craig Ball, thumbs up and thank you. Fat Boy, thumbs up. Ricky Patini with the daily reminder to live every day to its fullest, and good to see you. Laura Cogri, thumbs up and thank you. And we have Dazarath, is nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Kiliua Got Game, thumbs up and thank you. Morgan Alexis, greatly appreciated. Phoenix Connection, thumbs up. And hopefully I'll be able to tomorrow. Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and thank you. I do not know how to pronounce this, but Prathameneshnike, thumbs up and thank you. Derek Geister, greatly appreciated. Rob, 1983, thumbs up and thank you. Another one I can't pronounce, AOSOLEASOMBRA, thumbs up and thank you. And we have Crystal Phillips, greatly appreciate. Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. 17 people. Thank you so very much. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text. And that is a definite thumbs up. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. If you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wish list link as well, where hopefully I have updated it to have reptile sand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that would be cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes. And oh, good Lord. I'm going to cough to death on my saliva again. Or at least inhale it. And deposit in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thumbs up, and thank you so very, very much. Well, son of a gun and good golly, we're getting closer in the United States to getting this down to at least a smaller level, even though, oh my God, this pandemic is burning out of control around the world. So, we got it bad here in the US, but comparatively, we're doing pretty good right now. Everyone, everywhere, please be safe. So, if you have to go out, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing, and get a vaccination if you can. Tuesday, I'm going in for my second shot. Thumbs up for that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a definite thumbs up. You have the power fist, truly the fisting of power.